English language teaching. Under the covers.
Hello and welcome to ELT Under the Covers, ELT React, where we language teaching professionals look at the good, the bad, the ugly of teaching on the internet. And today we will be looking at some commercials for language teaching methods and programs and materials and etc. Let's check it out. I'm Neil of Team Teacher.
Hello everybody, it's Professor Leach.
What's the best way to sell your ability to teach English commercial wise, materials, books, audio programs? How would you do it, Rich?
It's not my forte, I think. Probably, I think it's the area that I've been worst at consistently in the last 15 years.
Selling.
It's
selling your
marketing,
method.
isn't it, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah, selling the method. And I think there's a lot of bollocks and dishonesty.
Yeah, a lot of the time it's these methods that you see. Learn the language in 3 months in 5 simple steps using 2 tools that we provide with you today. But these guys, they've taken a little bit of a spin to selling of their language teaching, what have you. And they've put a spin on it, and we're going to watch some of those today and see how they do.
I wanna fuck you in the ass. 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 Fuck you in the
Wow. That's wow.
How did they get away with that?
I guess it was the 80s or 90s or whatever. But also, I guess it's like, what is it, like Denmark or somewhere like that, where, they get away with stuff.
German.
I don't think we can get away with it, though. I think you're going to have to, like, beep that out on YouTube. It's going to have to be like, I want to, And
It's so
the
funny.
people, the folks.
Maybe if it was in German, it might pass the snuff test.
Actually, yeah. No, if it was like, Scheisen die Heisen Heiser or something, we'd just be like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the point of the ad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just I feel like they could have had the same effect, but with maybe something a little bit more moderate.
No,
And,
screw that. Balls to the wall. I think
I suppose so.
Been a family trip on the radio. It should have been a kid, parents playing some music in a daycare or something like that. To be honest, it's not. I think a lot of times it's not that far off what actually happens in real life, and not even in terms of like this weird, we don't understand because it's a different language. Like a lot of like the rap stuff or older stuff that you listen to, you hear as you're walking through, the supermarket. You're like, hold on, what did they just say?
Yeah, they're not supposed to do that though. They're supposed to play like the radio edits in the supermarket. But yeah, I remember when I was working in retail, and there was a big issue about stuff like that.
Or even,
when
pop,
when the Arctic,
there's a suggestiveness to it, like a Britney Spears.
Oh yeah,
you've got
that stuff.
Kids
That's
dancing
true.
to it, and you're just like, I'm a slave.
Yeah, I've never particularly liked that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and Miley Cyrus and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, twerking, not good. No, yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a little bit off topic, but when I was working in retail, there was a big thing about that. Working in Virgin, working in the Virgin store, and they always played like obviously kind of popular music. So they would play like the Arctic Monkeys album, which I believe has like a very explicit song about a prostitute or something.
Yeah.
To be honest, I could never hear it. I couldn't tell what he was saying, some weird Yorkshire accent. But but yeah, they used to the kind of official rule was that you're supposed to run to the CD player, is what we had at that time, and skip that track when it comes on. Of course, that happened about 10% of the time. So most of the time it just played. And sometimes people didn't even notice. Sometimes people did and didn't care.
That's so funny. And it's funny.
But yeah, they've got a lot of. I mean, they had that dance song, didn't they? That was like, La gente está muy loca. What the right? Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like it. And then more recently, they had that one that's What the Fuck Said. You remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's these dance songs, they love that stuff. So, I mean, it is not far off, but also you don't need language to
remember
know that that's it.
Driving down to past Narbonne, and something like this came on the radio, and wasn't there a pool? There was like a pool, and there were family around, and we heard it, and we were like, "What the fuck?"
That's a very specific memory, Neil.
Specific memory.
I don't have that specific memory. I mean, I have specific memories, but not that particular one. Obviously, it resonated more with you.
We went to that weird safari drive-through zoo that just had popped up in the middle of the nowhere. Do you remember that? When we were traveling down, I think it was like near Narbonne or just after Narbonne before we went to Barcelona, and we're like, is that a zoo? And we're like, no, it's a safari. Should we go? Okay.
Yeah. Now I'm almost with you. I have a vague.
We had to stop off at a weird random town. It was like a motel, I think, that we had to stay in.
No, didn't we? Wasn't that when we stayed in the student village outside of Barcelona, or was it before then?
It might have been before then.
Right. Okay. So, funnily enough, my recollection of that is a photograph of, because there's definitely I think a photograph of us on that day, or of me on that day, that maybe went on the blog, and it's just like, I don't know, in the middle of nowhere, because it was a really sunny day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was blazing.
Yeah. No, I remember that, but I barely remember the safari thing. I don't know what's going on with that.
You were well worried because the bears were so big, and you were like, "Oh, they're gonna wreck the car."
But they didn't do anything, did they?
Didn't do it. Nothing ever even really came close, and it was just like a really weird. It was like we went through a car wash, except all the attendants were animals.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do have a vague recollection of like going through the lions and being like, "Oh, lions," and it's like, hang on a minute, we're not doing anything. Not doing anything, actually. Nothing.
It was so fucking hot. Sorry.
Yeah. It's like you want to shout, like, do something.
It was like, what?
I paid for this safari.
Tons of traveling, and then boom. Going through safari.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, well, a little bit of a side thing there. Yeah, no, I don't remember that, but yes, indeed. I mean, not bad. Quite funny. Attention grabbing. Definitely. I would probably have reeled it back a little bit on the lyrics.
Yeah,
but
let's dive into the next one, I guess, then.
All right. Yeah.
Das hier ist mein Sektor. Das hier ist das wichtigste Gerät des Küstenwächters. Das Gerät und das Gerät. Überlebensradar.
Mayday, Mayday. Hello, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you... Over. We are sinking. We are sinking.
Hallo?
This is the German Coast Guard.
We are thinking. We're thinking.
What are you thinking about?
You're wasting.
Okay, that was I
Well
liked
done,
that.
Alex. Well done.
I liked that. Also, my cat just stepped on the keyboard and messed up the position of the video. But that was good. It was funny, and it wasn't that offensive.
So funny,
I like offensive
thumbs up.
stuff as well,
Not
but,
so
yeah.
offensive. Second thumbs up. Nice. Well done. Well.
The Germans can be very clever, though, can't they? They're very, but you know, they have kind of a reputation for
intentionally. Oh no! Oh no!
No,
Oh,
that's
my
not what I
English
meant.
is not so good. Oh no!
I meant the
British
ad. I meant the ad was good because you know I think for some people Germans have this reputation for being not that humorous, but I actually think when you get German humor, it tends to be very clever, and yeah, I liked that. It was good. It's like subtle and well, not subtle, but you know, it's not like you don't need a laugh track. It's it works. It's good.
I like it.
And the classical music at the end was quite good as well, wasn't it? I liked it.
Wunderbar.
I don't know if is it. I think I actually do prefer. You know, I'm getting inspired by this. Maybe I'll make a Professor Rich ad like this. I think I actually prefer these ads to the ones that are like, "Is your English shit? You can learn great English in 6 weeks with nativeenglishlearning.com."
Yeah, it's kind of,
you know what I
rather
mean?
than forcing the this is how fast you can do it. It's really giving more the context of why you should do it. You know, like it's almost like this is more of the CLT version of language teaching commercials.
Yeah, and also when it's funny, I think people can take it with a pinch of salt and just naturally.
Yeah.
You know,
What's
it's
the
like
goal?
no one's gonna.
What's the goal? They want you to remember their brand, and when you think, "Oh, I should learn a language," I saw this funny advert, rather than.
Yeah.
Okay, should we watch the next one?
All right.
You're wasting my time here, pal. Stop your crying, Johnson, and get the deal done.
Negotiating is a delicate business.
What are you, a negotiator or something?
Maybe, maybe not.
That's negotiating talk. You should work for me.
Or maybe it would be more profitable if you worked for me.
More negotiating. Business.
Money.
Success.
Handshakes.
Ha!
Okay.
It's kooky. I like it. I feel like this would be more of a kind of a part of a series of like a TV show where someone that doesn't speak English very well just kind of goes through the world like Mr. Bean style, just kind of like saying random thing in English that they don't understand, and you know end up benefiting at the end. You know. And then end up walking into a concert for free, and you know, like winning the lottery and all that sort of stuff, just because they happen to say this random set of words that they know.
Yeah, well, the interesting thing about this one is that the flip. It's like the flip of the other one, isn't it?
Yeah.
The other one is like you're gonna look like you're gonna really fuck up if you don't know English, and this one is like you know a bit of English, you're gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, this random phrase that we're going to teach you is going to be the phrase you need. So, yeah, it's interesting. I think it wasn't quite as funny as the previous one, but I like it as well. Have you ever used Babbel, by the way? I don't really know anything about Babbel. Some of my students mention it sometimes. It's one of the few apps that I haven't actually tried or tested out.
Maybe not.
Eh? have you tried Babbel?
Negotiating. Just bits ages ago, just because it was always something that was one of those try Babbel and all those pop-up ads. It's kind of like a Rosetta Stone for me. It's just never something that I've ever really.
Oh, is it one of those ones where you have a bunch of pictures, you match them to the words or whatever?
It's a bunch of different stuff. They throw it all against the wall. I don't think there's any one particular thing, but it was kind of like a whole method. We should look at it one day.
Yeah. I'm prepped to go on a massive rant about language acquisition, but you get it.
Let's move on to the next one, and we'll see.
Yeah,
what
let's do
brings.
that.
Me gusta tu vestido.
Dime más.
Tus manos parecen muy suaves.
Dime más.
Tu pelo es perfecto para la forma de tu cara.
Dime
más. Okay. I like it. You don't get ads like this anymore, do you?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I liked his eyebrows to the camera.
Oh my goodness. I feel like it's written by probably that guy. And that's what and that was before he moved to Spain. I think this is what it's exactly what it's going to be like. And I think that's one of the things that people think about when they learn a language. And they're like, oh, well, I'll be able to talk to all these foreign beauties, these foreign handsome men or beautiful women or whatever. And that's that image in their head. So they're kind of playing into that, which is very funny. It's very rarely like that.
Well, it's not like that, is it? But I do think it's a motivator, actually, Neil. I think it's an honest motivator as well. And what's funny is it's become sort of, I don't know, it's almost mildly taboo to even talk about things like that. But it definitely is a motivator. And I've got my Profwich language learning community.
I thought you were going to say harem.
Well, that's what I call it on weekends. No, what I was gonna say is a lot of the students, they either have a foreign partner or have had a foreign partner or are looking for a foreign partner. Not necessarily an English one, but English is the language which would enable that, cross-boundary communication. Mm-hmm. So if you're, for example, Brazilian, mm-hmm. and you would like to meet a German guy, then learning English is probably the best way of doing that. Mm-hmm. You probably already know a bit of English. They know a bit of English. That's the cross-boundary communication. So any sort of, and of course we know that exoticism is attractive most of the time. So, people have this thing, don't they, where, oh, I like German guys or I like French girls or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And if that's really what you want to find a partner of some other nationality like that, then yeah, learning English is the way to do it. So it is a motivator, mm-hmm. and it tends to be quite a strong motivator, doesn't it, as well, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think this ad, it plays into an interesting thing. I'd like to see the flip one as well. I think that'd be quite funny, with some sort of dumpy English girl going after like the Spanish guy with the guitar or whatever,
like,
you know.
Lothario kind of.
Yeah. And he's like totally uninterested at first, but then she says like some words in Spanish and he starts being like, you are the most beautiful, you know, or whatever. That'd be, yeah.
I think it would be
no, I like
if he
it.
just kind of said like the basics, you know, like my name is John, you know, I have a cat and a flat.
You're right. See, that's why you did stand-up comedy. That would actually be funnier. Yeah, because his compliments were a bit cheesy, weren't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that would be funnier. Yeah, I think that would make for a better ad.
Or you know, kind of go with more of the reality where it's just kind of like it is like that, you know, where you're. I think there's I don't know, more of it in my experience, the attempt at speaking a language is trying to communicate with someone in their own language as when you're flirting is endearing. I think and it helps, especially if you're already someone that they might consider to be, you know, kind of unobtainable or already attractive. It helps kind of make you seem a little bit more approachable, because you know you're just this guy that's muttering words that just are incoherent, and you're like, oh.
I totally agree, and that's actually the thought that came into my head when you said just before he should just be saying stuff like "My name is John," because then I would think, you know, the reality is this girl's already into him, right? But when she sees that he's trying to say these silly little things, that's like the spark that then kind of, you know, brings them together. I also think when I saw this ad, like, I don't know if you had the same thought, but instantly like Desperado went through my head. I was like, I wonder if this came out around about the time that, you know, Salma Hayek was doing her thing with was it Antonio Banderas? Because it's almost like she's playing that character. In fact, she even looks a little bit like Salma Hayek. Or at least she's kind of done her makeup like that or something.
I know she's kind of got that flamenco dress on, but it does feel like a little bit more, you know, South American Spanish, like Latino, or whatever.
Yeah,
but it's fun. Don't you listen to this, kids out there? Don't be afraid to experiment with language. And you know, it can be useful for you to get things wrong, because you know it kind of prompts people to talk to you and want to correct you, and you can do it in funny ways. Like I remember stumbling upon the fact that I could go, "Hoy, estoy caliente."
Yeah, right.
And you know, I'd be like, "Oh, you can't say that." I'm like, "Why? I'm really hot." And I'm like, "No, it doesn't mean hot. It means you're horny." I'm like, well, you know,
that's right.
That's not necessarily wrong.
You can have fun with it. Yeah, exactly. You can have fun with it.
It's language.
Tengo 30 años.
Oh.
I've got 30 anuses. Maybe I have.
I'd love to see you just kind of lean
do things with that
and just be like, hey, hola.
There's loads of things like that, isn't there? I mean, that is the way to take it as well, because you are going to have those kind of those inappropriacies that you accidentally happen upon, and if you can just learn to make fun of it, it's so much better. You know, I mean, everyone's heard the you know, the story of the English girl who goes into the butcher's and asks for like a pollon or something, thinking that it means a big chicken, and it actually means a massive part of the male anatomy.
Just say a giant slum.
I don't know why I'm being so self-centered. I think I got taken off guard by that first ad, and now I'm like in like Sensimo. It's my natural inclination to be contrarian. Well, it's my contrarianism, and normally my contrarianism means that I swear a lot. But because that ad was so, it really went to the boundaries. I've gone the other way now. Now I think Neil, we need to be more PG on this show. We need to change our name. We're going to be ELT not in the bedroom. ELT
under the covers.
The family.
Parenthesis. We mean
ELT.
not in a non-sexual way.
ELT vanilla. Right.
Okay.
All right then.
Next
I'm enjoying this. These are interesting.
Passport? Any drugs, explosives, or weapons?
Yes.
Any weapons, drugs, or explosives? Hello?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Sir, we have a problem.
Yes.
You don't understand me, do you?
Yes. Yes.
English training only on Nintendo DS.
So I feel like that could have been done better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually not a bad idea. I mean, it's basically the same idea that we've seen in the other in the advertisements at the start. Mm-hmm. But they didn't really land those jokes, did they?
No. It was a little bit too. I kind of feel on the nose, not as clever as the others.
Yeah, it was super on the nose, and they milked it to death.
Yeah,
it's like you've just been punched in the nose, and then someone starts milking you.
You're poyon.
Okay, that's it. Next one.
Hello? Hello?
911, what's the nature of your emergency?
Mein Automobil ist on Fritz.
Your automobile's on the Fritz?
Ja, yes! Mein Automobil ist on the Fritz.
That's not really an emergency now, is it, sir?
Nein, mein Automobil ist on the Fritz.
All right, don't call back here again.
Hallo? Ein Moment, Fritz, bitte. Hallo?
Oh.
Hallo?
But let's
I like
yeah,
that.
they're doing
I like
pretty
that.
well, aren't
it
they?
It was a bit. It took me. It was a problem on my side, catching up with what's going on.
To be honest, I just really like funny accents. I think it's a shame that that's been made taboo. People consider that to be somehow. I don't know if this is really an appropriate discussion for the show, but I don't know. I don't like that people have kind of come to the conclusion that you can't do funny accents anymore. It's as long as it's not done in a mean way, then who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, my native accent is Scouse. And people take the piss out of Scouse accents all the time. So I just, I think it's a shame. And I'm not entirely convinced that the actor in that was actually German.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if my ear is bang on there. But I think there might have been a bit of milking that. But it was funny. Mein Automobil ist on the Fritz, and they've done it in a way that everyone, it's great. I like it.
Well done again, Bullets.
Yeah, what's going on with Bullets? Shit, they got good marketing. I mean, they're basically like the British Council of Germany, aren't they?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
or that kind of area.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure they have a big business teaching German to foreigners as well, don't they? Berlitz. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Je voudrais être seul avec toi.
She asked if you'd like to join the club.
Je voudrais des nuits.
You said, I like nuts. Register today and get a free Berlitz phrasebook. Berlitz, the best way to learn a new language.
Once again, I feel like that could have been very funny, but they didn't quite pull it off.
Yeah, it should have been another word instead of nuts. You know,
It should have been another word instead of nuts. And also, I'm not sure. I think the voiceover dumbed it down a bit too much. I don't think you need the voiceover.
Could have had captions.
Like it's like she asked if you want to join the club. It's like I think it's pretty obvious what she's asking.
Yeah. Oh.
And then what they should do is he responds with something in French, which is obviously wrong, and then something funny happens, right?
Yeah, I can't even think of what would be the funny version of that.
Well, I mean, you know, people get paid a lot of money to sit down and think of what would be the funny versions of these things, man. Someone probably thought for weeks about that, and didn't quite pull it off. Marketing. I have no mercy for people who work in marketing.
Yeah. No, I mean, you know, the obvious thing would be he would be saying something that would, you know, like be for him. For him would be in his language would be, you know, kind of like innuendo-y, but then when it gets translated into hers, it's offensive. You know, like, you know, the whole poyon, you know, like caliente mix up, you know, we talked about earlier. Yeah. So like if she doesn't quite lay it on as thick, she just says something like, "Oh, you've got a nice smile," and then he's like, "I want to." Yeah. Yeah, I want to dust you. What's that? Right, so here we got another DS one. The previous DS one was rubbish. So we'll see. Okay.
Today's special is the deluxe burger with your choice of toppings. Would you like to try that?
Yes.
Would you like some fresh vegetables? We have lettuce, tomatoes, onions, pickles, sauerkraut, and avocado.
Yes.
Fried egg?
Yes.
Bacon? Extra cheese?
Yes.
Really? Would you like that for here or to go?
Yes.
今度は生きた英語を聞いて書く。もっと英語付け。
Oh, wait.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
I think that was a bit better, but they still didn't quite nail it. I think
I enjoyed it because I'm pretty sure that that's happened to the majority of my students at some point.
Yeah, it's definitely it had a Japanese vibe to it.
It nailed that Japanese, Korean. Yeah, Chinese. They would no, I don't think they would. It would be like that. They would just speak Chinese to the other person.
Yeah. So I think the adjustment I would make is get rid of his comment where he says really. Instead, maybe just make him so he looks he kind of looks at her and looks a bit confused. And forget about the do you want to eat in or take out. Don't cut to the Nintendo DS at that point. And the punchline becomes when he brings out the massive plate of huge amount of food and just like gives it to her and walks off. And then you cut to the Nintendo DS, no?
Yeah.
And probably the shot with her with like the huge amount of food, something funny needs to be there. Like she looks at it in a funny way or something.
Yeah. Or he cuts back to her and she's like passed out, just like sauce all over herself or something like that in a carpet. Yeah, no, I can see that.
Yeah, that's it. They cut to the Nintendo DS and then they come back for like the last bit at the end where he like she's eating like I don't know.
She's holding her ankles on a toilet.
She's managed. She's managed to eat it all. Happened? She's managed to eat it all, and she's like dying and kind of passed out. And the guy just comes up to her and is like, "Oh, you finished it all? You want another one?" And she's like,
"That's brilliant."
And then just before she says yes, like add over.
Wonderful. Okay, bucket, Johnny, bucket.
There we go. Career change, Neil. We need to get into marketing.
Amazing. I love it.
We were at the party last night. Did you see Tom and Jen? They're so cute together. They were even wearing matching sneakers. Sorry.
It's no problem.
看上来真的太帅了，气味很可爱哎。
哎呀，你不要这样子啦！
干嘛呢你？
那你让他看你内裤吧。
哼，也许啊。
真的吗？
I like that. That was kind of a slightly new twist.
It's yeah, I like it. It's soft. It's a softer version of other stuff, like the cabin crew. It's not overtly sexual, but there's an element to that, and I like the. It doesn't feel like that. It would be a situation where someone would know another language like that. You kind of get caught off. You actually kind of feel like you get caught off guard.
I mean, the thing is, you do kind of become a bit like that, don't you? Like, I remember when we were in Spain and the conversations that we'd have in English in the supermarket were not the same conversations that you would have in English at the supermarket in England, right? Because you just talk as if you think, you just assume the vast majority of people have no idea what you're saying, particularly if you speak fast.
Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of, there's a relatable element, and it's kind of harmlessly funny, because obviously when people are speaking with their best friend, they say outrageous things.
Yeah.
And obviously when she says maybe you should show him your underwear, maybe I will. That's obviously a joke between two girls, right? But also, there's it lets on that she's really interested in this guy. But of course, if he understands it, it suddenly becomes mega awkward. And he's just like, really? I like it.
Okay.
Was that Chinese they were speaking, by the way?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. No further comments.
No, I've got no further comments. Yeah, I think we're nailed.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, no, you see, we're seeing a theme though. we are seeing a theme. About 4 of these ads have been about hooking up.
That's true. I wonder what the end total will be, and what will that say about?
Oh, we should have a counter, hook up. Can you sort that out?
I could do that.
Hook up ad counter, like ding. Yeah, exactly.
Essendo pozza di bruciato.
Non sono io l'infiltrato. Mi mancate di rispetto. Le vostre madri si vergognerebbero di voi.
Parla proprio come noi!
Okay. I like the idea again. Just the execution was a little bit lacking, but it's an interesting idea.
Just what do you call it? I don't know. Goofy. It's a bit too goofy for me.
Yeah, it was too goofy. But the kind of the sort of Godfather idea, I think, was good.
Yeah.
People like the Godfather, but yeah, the execution was not ideal.
For me, it felt like the what do you call it? The English language teaching equivalent of where you have material, and it's like they are never going to use this in day-to-day life. These people are never going to be undercover agents that are going to have to impress the Godfather scenario. I prefer the more realistic ones, like the hookup ones, where it's that could easily happen.
Yeah. I see what you mean with that.
Outlandish, but I can see what they're doing with it, but I don't feel that it sells as well, because it's not why people learn languages, which is the communicative aspect, not to kind of conceal your identity. Or
that's a good point. Yeah, right. Yeah, that is a good point.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Yeah, it's good when it has a bit of an element of where people sort of put themselves in the shoes of the main character, I guess. So, yeah. like living on a beach in South Italy, having authentic pizza, and all the rest of it, meeting Italian ladies, I guess.
I get another hookup video.
All right, so what have we got? Like 2 more?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, class. If you're in the South, you say, "Hey, feller, give me a Bud Light." Hey, feller, give me a Bud Light. In New York, you say, "Hey, give me a Bud Light." You got a problem with that? Bud Light. You got a problem with that? In East LA, you say, "Give me a Bud Light, Holmes." Give me a Bud Light, Holmes. More importantly, if somebody asks you for a Bud Light, you say, "Don't speak English."
Refreshingly smooth, Bud Light. Always worth it.
Bud Light? Bud Light. Bud Light. Bud Light.
Huh? Oh, have we? I was wondering what that 11 was all about. Is that because we've actually already got to the end? But no, did we watch 10 of those already? All right. Anyway, I wasn't really a big fan of that. C'est la vie is all right, whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's what they're trying to get them to localize their accents. I didn't appreciate the end. You know, where he's trying to get him to say Bud Light correctly. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where it feels like it gets.
Although to be fair to
for the accent, where you're like, well, you know, they're just gonna say it different.
Yeah. To be fair to this ad, though, they weren't actually advertising language lessons. They're advertising beer. So.
Yeah, that's true.
But, yeah. All right.
One more.
Okay, guys. American chicks love to afford an accent. Go.
You have the thighs of a Sherpa.
Say hi.
Hi. No, not hi, hi, hi.
Hi, hi, hi.
She has your eyes.
Watch the master do it, boys.
Hello. You are so very sexy.
Sorry. I'm with someone.
Bud Light. Endless refreshment from start to finish. Bud Light keeps it coming.
We make sandwich. I am meat.
Second Bud Light commercial was better than the first, but better because it built on the previous one.
Yeah, I like the fact that the Bud Light guy got the girl.
Exactly, yeah.
Because he was kind of patronizing him in the previous one.
Yeah.
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 Wow, follow-up ads. God. That's
I prefer the sequel
thing, isn't it?
What?
Yeah, but I can see why they put that at 11 and 11.5 because they're not really they're not language learning commercials.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was kind of fun. I think Berlitz, what's going on there? They obviously pay quite a lot in marketing.
Oh, they just got some very creative people over there. Yeah, no, I think I like these forms of commercials, especially for language learning, because they can really convey the core of, you know, why you should learn a language, rather than just, you know, giving you the features of whatever product it is. You know, be it learn in 6 months, or, you know, just 100 hours of study, or, you know, be fluent in one book, whatever. You know, it really kind of brings across the reason as to why you should, you know, learn a language. I wonder how you would do it without kind of being funny, but being sincere. I think that'd be an interesting one. I'd love for anyone out there listening or watching to, you know, leave a comment or let us know about any ads that they saw that were, you know, really motivated them to, you know, use that product to learn a language. What it is about that made you go down that route.
You know, the problem I have with an ad that would be sincere is that it, or you know, sincere. What we mean by that is serious. So it's trying to seriously say, you do this, you'll get this. You know, like, oh, you finally got your Oxford acceptance. Yes, I did. All thanks to Professor Rich, language learning or whatever, right? And I feel like the problem with that is that it's just absolute marketing. It's marketing bollocks. You know it's marketing bollocks. But when it comes to advertisements, you basically have to assume everything they're saying is bollocks, because it's what someone says about themselves. It's like someone comes up to me and says, "Are you a good language teacher?" You know, of course you're going to say yes if you're trying to get someone to buy your lessons. So this is why I really like the funny stuff, because with the funny stuff, it's something that will kind of stick in your head a little bit and sort of separate you a little bit from those ones that are desperately trying to tell you that they're the best language teaching institution that you can possibly go to, which will make you think, well, I could try them and then maybe I'll decide for myself if they're the best language learning institution. So I really I like the funny ones. I think that's a good way to do it.
I agree, and I just can't think of a way that you would do an advert that's a little bit more serious without it, being, too markety, too selly. I just think, oh well, maybe they would have testimonials, or maybe there would be like stuff where it's like, I did the Professor Rich method, and now I'm answering calls confidently, or like that. I can leave the house confidently, knowing that I will not soil myself with man pants, man diapers, whatever. that sort of thing. It'd just be a bit too cheesy. So I think,
it's a bit like that thing that whenever you go on someone's website now, it like pops up with like a thing. It pops up with a picture of 5 stars, and it's like the best experience I've ever had, like Paul Nottingham, and you're just like, you've just made a window pop up with 5 stars with some writing in it.
Yeah.
There's no way of actually verifying legitimacy there whatsoever.
Yeah.
And even when you do have a system where you can rate stuff, we all know that a lot of those are rigged to hell. Everyone's been to a restaurant that's got 4.5 stars and 5,000 reviews on TripAdvisor, and it's shit.
Yeah.
So,
and it might not even be the case that it's rigged. It's just people have got no taste.
There is that.
Yeah.
There is an element of that, but there's a lot of rigging as well.
Yeah, definitely.
You go on Fiverr.
Yelp is awful for that. They sell stars, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
You can go on Fiverr.com and type in like fake TripAdvisor reviewer or something, and you'll get some Indian guy who for like 10 quid will give you like 1,000 5-star reviews on TripAdvisor. So if you're a restaurant, obviously that's worth quite a lot. I don't know how good their protection mechanism is against that. I can verify that YouTube's protection mechanism is very effective, and I don't recommend ever buying views on YouTube unless you want to destroy your own channel. But the TripAdvisor one, I don't know how effective it is, but I've definitely been to restaurants where there's something weird going on with that. So I suspect that there may well be a problem there, or there was in the past anyway.
Okay, I completely agree. It does make it difficult for people, especially language learners, to really get a good idea of how good a product is, because they have no place to kind of go to for good reviews that are pure and not tampered with. But my question to people out there that are listening, that are viewing, which of these videos, these commercials, did you think were best at selling language learning? Which one would have you been persuaded to go to buy or use that product? Let us know in the comments below. And Rich, do you have any final thoughts as to what seems to make the best language learning commercial, based on what you've seen today and your general knowledge.
Yeah, I think I'm just going back to that idea that being a bit funny and revealing something about the motivations. I think that was a good combination. I think the ones that were just funny without actually tapping into the motivation, like you say, the Godfather-y one wasn't quite as good. But then when it actually taps into someone's genuine motivation, but it's also obviously tongue-in-cheek and funny, I think you can sort of forgive the outrageous claims that they might be making about their method. So that's really the right balance for me. And I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like we're seeing in current day, we're seeing not like I feel like advertising is not going through that phase at the moment. I feel like the phase in advertising at the moment is more like, we're the most ethical language learning institution. We use green paper and we do loads of charity and we're really inclusive about all kinds of things. You know, that seems to be the kind of advertising strategy of the day. So I'll be looking forward to a return to just entertaining ads, because just like when a company tells you how great their product is and you don't believe them, when a company tells you how ethical and moral they are, don't believe them. It's the same thing.
Okay, and we'll leave it with that. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. If you're looking for more information from myself, you can go to teamteacherchina.com. We've got a whole bunch of materials, PowerPoints that you can use instantly in the classroom. We've got a Team Teacher China YouTube channel where we have videos teaching you how to use those materials. Team Teacher English, where we put those materials into a video form for self-study, and Team Teacher Baby, where I take my experience as a teacher and put that into parenting.
And go to youtube.com/Professor Rich to see some English teaching. You can catch me weekly live streams on Oxford Online English YouTube channel. Oh, and also you can do a YouTube search for POG Space UK, and you would get my alpha version of my new gaming channel, which actually just have some trial content on there at the moment. You can email us here at eltunderthecovers@gmail.com if you have anything you'd like to contribute to the show.
Smash that like button, share and subscribe.
And watch 100% of the video and don't click off. Thank you.
Bye.